A very warm welcome to YILDIZ Readings 5D. For those of you that don't know, I'm a twin flame, I'm a soul coach, as well as a twin who's in union. Now, if you do need creative content like this, guided support, please come and join us. We're live every Friday, as above on the screen. Click the bell and you'll get the update. Now, the Members Hub has a separate private room away from Karmic, so if you need the help, come and join. What we cover here on this channel is synchronicities, animal totems, psychic development, ascension symptoms, how the astrology can affect your twin flame path, and more. So if this is the tribe for you and you want this content, come and join the tribe. It's a very supportive environment and we are all developing and growing, and we can have each other on this journey. Now, yes, I have a website. There's an information video on the website to help you book. We also have webinars and other energies of group sessions as well as private sessions. Now, without further ado, let's get into the creative content for this video and see what's coming up inside the energy. Love and light, guys. Grab a cuppa, sit back and relax and enjoy. Hi guys, welcome back. We're here to do the air signs. Now, the air signs for Divine Masculine that are Libra, Aquarius and Gemini, dealing with a karmic scenario shift. Now, that can be a person, place or thing. It could be a work-related environment. We've pulled the cards and I do have Divine Masculine's cards here, how they're relating to the karmic situation. I do feel this pocket of individuals that are karmic in nature in the direct connectionship, there is some energy going on that maybe they are viewing it, you know, it could be very, very suppressive. It may be very frightening. It could be very agitational. There could be arguments. And the reason I say such is because we do have divine consciousness here. Now, divine consciousness and a higher octane can be a very positive thing. But currently, moving into the age of Aquarius, plus we have all this Pisces energy, very much crown chakra, it doesn't right away come through in the highest of octane. It just doesn't. It's part of ascension. It's part of transformation at a collective level. There's, you know, people waking up, but not necessarily in their ego initially feeling that it's in their, you know, best interest, because some of these energies are wanting things to keep exactly the same. So this is causing these groups a lot of angst. It's causing them friction. The reason I say that is because we have Spirit of Earth. Now, the last moon was a super moon. It was Capricorn. It was to do with contracts, connections. It may have been codependency coming up, where we initially were seeking outside ourselves. Divine consciousness is asking us to get the download, connect in, find that fullness within us, but be on mission and be on purpose. Now, these individuals are feeling very imbalanced, very unstable. There's a foundation directly that is crumbling away. Something that potentially isn't what they're wanting right now. And the Abraham's Hex card is saying, my relationship will change when my vibration changes, which does mean, you know, like I said, things happen for us. Rejection is universe's protection. There's a shift happening in this connection. Now, the crowning energy is the world. Okay. What I'm getting is some may feel as though the highest vibration is this, and they are psychoanalyzing themselves and feeling maybe they haven't been so grounded, maybe if they change in their demeanor. And it's very analytical, tactical, but not necessarily at the start is it, hey, I'm doing the work on myself. It can be self-esteem based, it can be emotional based, fear based. I don't have a job, I have children, or you know, I need you for X, Y, and Z, based on the purity of feeling whole in self. And even feminines and masculines go through it. So it's no shade by any means. It's merely an experience that as human beings we have. I do feel this group is really feeling in the past they did make a lot of sacrifices. It may have been due to their conditioning. It might be that they're parents and they have children. And there could also, for a pocket of them, actually have a family-related dynamic going on. Now, I do feel to a degree it's almost like they've had to really earn love. They've had to really manipulate their way through circumstances. The reason I say such, you know, they're trying to get the balance. Like, yes, they've always wanted the balance of give and take, but it may be a viewpoint that physically they feel, hey, if I do something for you and I make the sacrifices, and I become this energy. This is what I want, be it they've got children or not. Then they will, bring balance into this connection. I do feel some are intuitively feeling as though if they have a child that maybe this will bind it and the balance will come back. But there is insecurities here. There's insecurities. Now, if this person already has a child, again, there is insecurities. I do feel also it's almost like from what they've experienced in life, they feel this should be set in stone, and they feel that it sounds terrible, like it's their right to have what they're wanting. It is their right. So it's not really spiritually that they're accepting that something isn't working so well. And good and bad happens to good and bad people. There's no judgment here. It's just from a psychology point of view, coming to terms with is becoming very difficult. But they do feel like, is it something I did? Is it something I said? Do I need to change my demeanor? It's this non-acceptance energy of a transformation happening. I do feel this group of energy is in awareness that divine masculine's energy is not here, especially from their cards. Now, for some, that can be that a separation is in the midst of occurring. For some, it can be that they're not communicating and there's a lot of distance here. And the distance can be their awareness that, something is going on within the connection. I also feel some are in awareness that divine masculine is working a lot. But I do really feel that they're looking at this third party energy. They're looking at interferences. Some it may be that this person is really working a lot, okay? That the divine masculines of the air signs are working a lot. Others, it feels as though they are aware of divine feminine. And it doesn't mean to say anything's happening with divine feminine. It could be sometimes we almost, for our psychology and closure, we need to blame. We need to find, why is something happening? Why is this attention? Why is this not flowing? So to heal and to move into that divine consciousness, we go through the 7 stages of healing. And so it's not necessarily that it's right or wrong. It's that we're trying to reason, and it's that negotiating energy you go into when you're healing. Okay, maybe if I change, maybe if I do something, maybe if it's another person, the perpetrator energy, we can point, and that means that's what it is, compartmentalization. There is sadness about this, and I do feel for some they are aware that emotionally they are seeing and did feel that if certain things were built up in their life with these groups of divine masculines, that it would be set, that the dream would be such, it would be so, it would be stable and cemented. So the turmoil that's coming up is because they're feeling that's not so now. I do feel... yeah, they're really, it's third eye energy. It's very thinking on you. I'm going to pull a clarify because I do feel it's almost like there's planning, there's emotions, there's sadness, there's jealousy. And jealousy can be a very dangerous thing. A, initially to another person, but B, then towards self. I do feel this person may act abruptly, and I have pulled the ruin for them. And it is relating back to the full moon in Capricorn. So I really feel this was leading up to the full moon in Capricorn and leading out. And that really is going to be a transfer over of, easy 6-month energy, because there is a circumstance shifting. They don't want this old energy to come back. They don't want this connection with another person. They're trying to do things in a new way, but they're really trying to take the bull by the horns and actually, do something about this. The foundation is they feel they've got to do something. They're looking at it in their mind. After the tower, they're feeling as though maybe they can get this back. Maybe they can reconnect. Some are actually entertaining another connection, but they still haven't completely healed. And the healing can take a long time, but then they're just not accepting that this is over. They're just not accepting. So be it there is turmoil in this connection or there's fights, there appears to be, through the cards, a transition fact that, you know, they're looking at the past and realizing, you know, what steps they took and how much they felt it was very strong and secure, but that now they're realizing it's not. It's very unstable. It may be that there's issues with money. It might be that there's issues with family and children. So the direct foundation, as per se, is shifting away and it's causing anxiety. Again, I feel it's also showing them in their life where maybe there were boxes that weren't ticked. And what do I mean by that? If the person is or isn't there, are those boxes ticked means, you know, our friendship groups, our work, our stability, our own compass within our world. And, you know, this is the reason why it's coming up with these individuals is potentially if they did put a lot of their life on hold and had to grow up in a very quick way and become very self-reliant, it can accidentally sometimes attract codependency, which means we go into situations, and it's not to say it's not love, we can go into situations before we're fully grown into the innate energy of who we are, and before we know it, we've kind of got, you know, 20 things we have to do to then provide and protect ourselves. So it can be that this person wasn't working. It might be that scenarios and family related dynamics have really shifted around in this person's life. And I do feel that not only are they feeling they want that connection back because there's so many things coming at them, and they are super angry at themselves, but at the moment there's this reasoning. It's like in their mind, the next plan is definitely, how do I get this person back? How do I get this back on track? And more of the energy is going on to the external over the direct foundation of what they're needing to do. They don't quite understand how to do such. They understand that potentially there has been warning signs, but they weren't listening to such, very similar to Divine Feminines. We go through that too. I'm seeing, although some of them may be seeking employment, some of them may be seeking to actually make a plan because they're fearful that Divine Masculine is leaving or they've lost them. I do feel they're planning, okay? They've got this planning in the mix where they're, again, like I said, although this is what they need to do, okay, I need to get into the vortex. I need to actually understand that, like the laws of attraction, I attract who I am. Their planning at the moment is that, okay, no, I'm going back to the old way of being, I'll try a tactical approach. And I do feel this is what they're aiming for, although this is what it's giving them. Universe is blocking this situation, but there could be some sense of legality. For some, this can be a divorce. For some, this is something to do with family and planning to get a job, but there's an avoidance of it. But there is healing happening. It's just not happening in a healthy fashion necessarily. Divine Masculine, I'll get into his in a minute. Now, we have the Ruin. And this is what's going down for the Karmics. Okay, it is linked to Saturn, Capricorn, Saturday, Black, Earth, Fire. So psychically with the Divine Consciousness, there is a lot of third eye energy. So if either masculine or feminine are getting headaches or they're feeling like they're getting bad juju, this person, because they're healing, they're tuning into you quite a bit. And I do feel they are in awareness of this, and they sort of feel they'd really set their life up and, you know, how dare you, so to speak. So yes, energetically, if they are thinking about you, you can receive psychic attacks and you can block it. You just breathe it out, you know, use your crystals. This person, I do feel, is going to maybe take an unnecessary action, and it could actually cause a huge issue for them. And it's funny because it's almost like if Divine Masculine is not with this individual right now, which I feel for some it's cycling out. For others, there's a distance in the connection. For others, the reconciliation with Divine Feminine or another party may have occurred. But I do feel they're wanting to actually move towards these two individuals, and it's almost like confrontation energy. And I feel this could end up in sort of like some sense of legality. It could be, you get my gist, I'm talking in code here. Let's have a look. What is it saying? Personal needs, self-preservation into it. Like I said, it can come through in unique ways. This person's mindset is, this is what's mine. This is what's mine. This is why I took the steps. I made the sacrifices. And because of such, I wish this person to make sacrifices for me. So it's sort of like ownership energy. Not necessarily is it intended to come across that way, but this is from where the person's conditioning has come from. This accidentally could get a little bit ugly if this person doesn't gain the divine consciousness that, you know, to be careful of their actions moving forward. Projection is the reflection. Divine masculine is coming up here in a different way. Now the ruin, greed, excess, impatience, extinguishing of the inner fire. Spiritual needs, deliverance from distress, self-mastery, and transcendence. Now, yes, after the aftermath, what is meant to happen and why these things happen is to help us liberate ourselves and find our structure. And also to understand in the way we can manifest things, which is my relationship will change when my vibration changes. Like the laws of attraction, we attract something to learn things, especially when we have lack mentality. If this person had an avoidance of their life and they were placing certain steps, it's the analogy I use. Okay, I touched the stove, I burnt my hand. I'll never touch the stove again. It's avoidance over self-growth, right? Masculine is feeling as though with this situation, he's really not invested. You know, for some, I'm just going to be honest, this is why it's coming. They have experienced a dynamic within this connection and it scares them. Okay. They also feel that this person has maybe had issues in previous relationships, and maybe from a spiritual point of view, there is an element of compassion, but there's wisdom here. They are cautious to do with this individual because of their mindset and their patterns, because they're not grounded. They haven't grasped the fact that, like the laws of attraction, we attract things, and they may have a lot of drama in their surroundings at the moment that they kind of dance with. And because of such, divine masculine is looking at it like it's like he can't, okay? Like he can't do it. He also feels that he has been where this person has been before. And thus the reason it's, you know, we do grow. Now, I will get into the extension if you do want to join us, and we're going to see how Divine Masculine's looking at this, how they're directly dealing with it. And we're going to go into what this is, if this person is going to approach them, what the hang up is. But I am seeing overall this person's quite upset. Okay, these groups are quite upset. Stay tuned for the snippet and we'll get into the extension. Otherwise, I'll see you live as per the schedule. Click the button and you'll get a notification. Deeply looking at masculine's cards and just having a look at the karmics, and I really do feel masculine really will put their foot down. I am seeing as though the clarity has come that, you know, a healthy boundary is needing to actually occur. For some, this directly can be a separation and a divorce. For others, it could be you know, a stalkerish energy. Come through and have a look. Thanks guys for joining us. You can find the link for the join section directly below the video or on the main page with the join button. The schedule for my live sessions will come to you through the community tab, so remember to click the bell and you'll know whereabouts I am and when I'm coming to you live. We do have super chats capped at $11 because the twin flame room is $11. Otherwise, I will see you during the month for the psychic updates, the twin flame videos and the astrology.